Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Dark Souls 3. So, now that we are done the main game, we can explore the DLCs. So, let us return to the Cathedral of the Deep and speak with someone that we were running around past many episodes ago.
Merciful goddess, mother of the forlorn, who have no place to call their own, please bear witness to our resolve. Fire for Ariandel. Fire for Ariandel. And the ash to kindle flame. Wait, you've the same scent as that woman. Then you must be an action one. You must be. Oh, you don't know how long I've searched. Oh. Oh, don't mind me. Didn't mean to fall apart. Now, Ashen One, I have a kindness to ask of you. My lady lives in the cold land of Ariandel. I need you to show her flame. A proper flame that will burn the rot away. If you truly are ash, then it must be fire that you seek. Ah, thank you. They of ash never fail. Just a moment, then. The painting of Ariandel. Well, rotted scrap of it, that is. Go on. Take it. Touch it. And then the ashes were too.
So that was Slave Knight Gale. He's a recurring character throughout actually both DLCs. And at least so far from what we can see, I'm trying to figure out whether or not that depiction of him has sort of a malicious intent or not. Now you have this Corvian creature.
Have you just arrived? How very unusual. Just how long has it been? Rejoice, my new friend. For this is a true haven of the forlorn, the cold and gentle painted world of Ariandel. Quick, go along. Find one for yourself. A sweetly rotting bed to lie upon. Yes, of course. You're no exception. we've all seen terrible things. But you're safe now. Let it ease your burden. Ariandel will make a fine home for you. So, go on ahead. Find one for yourself. A sweetly rotting bed to lie upon.
So already this world seems quite reminiscent of the painted world of the Abyss from Dark One. But also there seems to be sort of this just knowing of acceptance of that this is how it is. There's no changing the faltering failings of the world and the inevitability of hollowing. The people who reside here seem to have just accepted it, which I find quite interesting. Then Gale is attempting to help things out by getting those who still have hope and fire left in them for, I suppose, his master Ariandel. Horrible fly creatures. So, I will be exploring a little bit to show a few things, but I will also be blitzing through this area as fast as possible. So there will be big chunks where I just go, and there are items over here. Like, beyond that, I wish to go through this. Because the nice thing is that you can blitz through this DLC quite quickly. Because it's... well, it has sort of an interesting layout to it. It's not all that long. Wolfman. Come on, wolves. Wolves will commit suicide, though. That's one thing I have to give them. Yeah, your pack is gone, beast. But some still remain. There. You. Get. Silly wolves. Silly, silly wolves. Darn tree ladies. So, this is the first spot where I will be saying, yeah, I'll come back for all this later. In fact, yeah, let's carry on, shall we? Oh, you don't even have to fight him if you don't want to. You just go here. Like, this shot with the bridge reminds me a lot of the painted world of Ariamos. Now we have a new friend.
Well, well. you're Lady Uria's Lord of Hollows. No bell tolls, and yet you've slipped into the painting. Oh, no matter. If you've lost your way, the words of Lady Frida will guide you. Now, go on inside, show respect, and listen carefully. What's keeping you? Go on, right inside. Show respect, and let Lady Frida speak to you. What's keeping you? Show respect, and let Lady Frida speak to you.
Welcome to the painted world of Ariandel. I am Frida. I have long stood beside our blessed Father and the rest of the forlorn. But forlorn thou seemest not, Lord of Hollows. I know not the missteps which led thee to this painted world, but thy duty is all, and thy duty lieth elsewhere. Return from whence thou camest. I presume it visible to thee? The bonfire here in this room. A meek and faded thing, but 'twill guide thee nonetheless. Ah yes, there is a thing thou shouldst by rights possess. A remembrance of this cold world for the great Lord of Londor. May it help thee bear thy duty.
Ah, yes.
Now,
Resistance to
return
frost.
from whence thou camest. Thou'st a place in that world, and that alone is cause to rejoice. Now, return from whence thou'st a
So, yes, this is very, like, even white-garbed lady telling you, okay, you stumbled into this world, now get. We have no reason to fight you, but we don't want you here. And we can definitely hear something going on nearby. And the interesting thing is, they both address you as the Lord of Hollows only if you get the Lord of Hollows ending.
Lady Frida has spoken, has she not? Then tarry no longer and be gone. Carry on, for Lady Uria and for Londor. There is one thing you should know. Inside the cold painting, curiosity could be your cross. Stray from the withering flame, and the snow will swallow you whole. There is one thing you insist.
So that is Knight Wilhelm, I believe. So, we see a bridge. We see an area that looks accessible. So we use old tactics. I don't know if there's anything in the actual DLC that tells you to do this. Whereas with, at least in the base game, and to gain access to Smoldering Lake, they said, hey, look, they left a message saying, bridge looks flimsy and might break soon. So thus far, Ariandel is a decently, designed area, trying to think, there haven't been, aside from, so in 2 there was the Ivory King's city, which was snowy. I don't think there was a snowy area in 1 at all. And then the only other area that's kind of close is Canehurst. Canehurst, I find, is sort of similarly snowy and designed somewhat the same. And now we get to the slightly more interesting part, which is these horrible Corvian monstrosities that are alive, but I hardly call them things. These are creatures of filth who live in it, were born by it, and everything in between. But then, there are others who might still have some sort of purpose. And whose claws do a ridiculous amount of stun and damage. The interesting thing I find about this area, and most of the DLCs, is that a lot of the times the instead of forcing you to farm for copious amounts of weapons and whatnot, all the weapons that are wielded by certain enemies, such as the Corvians here, are actually found within the level, instead of having to kill them over and over again for them, which is quite nice.
Oh, well, there is nothing forlorn about you. You must be the other Ash, I suppose. Oh, finally, you have come. Oh, wondrous Ash, grant us our wish. Make the tales true, and burn this world away. My lady must see flame, and you have only to show her. You are Ash, are you not? Is it not fire that you seek? Surely you have seen the rot that afflicts our world, but that which fooled the good father and buried the flame, after we had all made up our minds too. So, please, grant us one wish. Make the tales true, and burn this world away. My lady must see flame.
So, we sort of have two perspectives now, where Gale kind of captured us to give this world flame, and now this Corvian is asking us to give it flame, to finally cleanse it of all the dark and miasma that engulfed it. And even from here we can see something that resembles Priscilla's encampment, which I find quite interesting. So I have to wonder, when they were, like, even from the previews, they were really amping up, oh, get ready to sort of re-experience the classic feel of the painted world of the Abyss. So I have to wonder, it's like, were they just, okay, fuck it, let's, people like Dark Souls 1 so much, let's just repackage it to them in a new form. Alright, see it right here? There is 100% no reason to go inside this building. I think there is a soul and then one miracle, which is the glowing discus miracle, which in the grand scheme of all the miracles that you get, isn't even very good.
I've seen your kind, time and time again. Every fleeing man must be caught. Every secret must be unearthed. Such is the conceit of the self-proclaimed seeker of truth. But in the end, you lack the stomach. That you'll bring from yourself.
So, Sir Wilhelm and his onyx blade.
Forgive me, my lady. Swore an oath. Lady Frida.
Weapon that we cannot even wield. Elfried, the eldest among her sisters and the leader of the Sable Church, bestowed this sword to her knight. Only the sword was a farewell gift, and acceptance signified the knight's resignation from Elfried's service. So we don't even have the power to activate its fire mode. And sadly, the thing is that even if you do, it's not even all that good. Fuck these books. Alright.
I believe. I feel the scent of ash upon thee. Thou art the one of whom Uncle Gale spoke. The one to show me flame. 'Tis good. When this is done, may I return. The door is open thanks to thee. 'Tis good. I promised Uncle Gale I would. 'Tis good. The door is...
So this is the niece of Slave Knight Gale. Alright, now for some major blitzing. Because this next part is a sequence that I often just see how fast I can go through it. See how fast and how few enemies I can actually attack. As you see, this area is more or less just full of dudes to kill. And shortcuts to open. However, there are several good items in this sequence. There's the Follower's Torch, I think a few of the different giant warrior weapons, and a bunch of other stuff, as I remember correctly. Some of which is worth our time, others to be honest, is hardly worth any time. Shut up, you stupid wolves. If we get lucky, these stupid wolves will just run off the goddamn cliff. So this was one area I remember seeing from the trailer with all these flies and whatnot. It's like, wow, that's really cool. I hope there's a good amount of play with those flies. It's like, not really, sadly. Like, you encounter them a few times, fight them once or twice, and then it's pretty much done. And shortcut all the way back to here, which is great.